Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back. As you saw in the title of the video, we kind of got something different for you today. I'm here to help you figure out what the best tire setup is for your Mark 7 GTI. So today we're going to be reviewing the Nitto NT55 G2. I recently just picked these up about last night. I put them on this morning. It's the end of October. It's cold out, and I think this is probably going to be like one of the last warmest days. So I think this will be a great day to test these tires out. So really, these are in the next generation of performance tire that Nitto has came out for like a consumer car, a sportier car. I mean, they were designed for a performance driver in mind. And with the increased traction and handling and wet braking performance, this thing about these tires is they're a high stiffness and a silica-based compound. They're not quite a drag radial like the R2s, but they're more of a predecessor of that. So they're similar design. They're a rotational tire, kind of like the R2s. The R2s is more of a drag radial. These are more of like a street, aggressive summer tire, I would say. And I mean, depending on the horsepower that you're making, whether it's at all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, I guess that varies on what you would probably want to get. So if I was making over 500 horse or anything above 500, 600, I would definitely go with the R2s because those are more of a drag radial. They're a softer compound. These tires are good. The G2s are good because they're still a fun, aggressive tire, but they still hold traction with slightly modified cars like mine. And I haven't heard very much about people running these on a Volkswagen. Like I said, I have a Mark 7 GTI. It's right around 380, 400, somewhere in there. Nothing crazy, but the tires seem to work pretty good. And considering it's about, the ground is pretty cold and the tires are probably cold too, they grip up pretty well. So let's get right into the testing. All right, so we'll get right into it here. Get this thing started up, booted up, and we'll take a little cruise through our local toge. Oh my goodness, Terry's showing up. Dude, I got a camera on my head. Dude, I'm sorry. Well, I guess we have a straggler that pulled up. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna test these tires out. I'm running around 30 PSI in the front and 32 in the rear about. So not too much pressure, but they're still stiff. Sorry about the car, this thing is pretty loud, but what I noticed is the stability of these tires. They're very firm. The sidewalls feel forgiving, but they're still stiff. Like I said, the ground is still pretty cold. So if we do hear some tire screeching, I feel like that's a given considering it is cold out, but we'll just see what happens. We'll get this traction control turned off and put it in sport mode and not slide out on these rocks and have some fun and be safe. So I'm noticing a little bit, I am noticing a little bit of play side to side, but adding it, you got all the traction. The tires, that was a little aggressive driving, obviously. I wanted to test them out. It's a lot warmer out than it was this morning. see how stable this is. But like I said, it's a lot warmer out right now than it was this morning. I did air these tires down. I did kind of go for a little test trip this morning, and they were loose. But that's normal because the weather, it's cold, the road's cold, the compound of the tire is cold. But as you just saw, not gonna lie, we were pretty pushing this car, and I know like the fine line between where I will either outdrive this car or the car basically just can't handle much more. But in reality, you steer and they go. And whether that's the capability of the car or the tire, I don't know. But the tires do feel very great. And if you're interested in doing some sort of track or even putting these on kind of like a semi-street car setup, I feel like they'd be a good bet for you. They would do good work. I watched a couple videos on them, and a lot of these guys, they're like, oh yeah, they're good traction. Well, like, yeah, it's not all about traction in a straight line, depending on what you're doing. But before this, I had a 245/40 18 Yokohama Advent Apexes, and I bought those tires used with 200 miles on them, and they were good. They were good tires. They went through almost 4 track events, 1 autocross event, and a couple other things, and they held up great, and they lasted quite a long time. And I guess any difference that I feel between those tires and these is kind of hard considering, like I said, the weather and the temperature. But I feel like with these Nittos, I feel like the sidewall capabilities of them are a lot stiffer and they're more forgiving. With the Advents, you start going around a corner, as soon as you break traction, it feels like you hear those tires squeal, and it felt like there was nothing left. With these, they starts to squeal, but she still bites the asphalt very well. And obviously, oh my goodness, I don't want to bore you guys too long with me talking about the tires. And like I said, my honest opinion, it all depends on what you're looking for out of a tire. But if you're looking for something a little bit more aggressive than just a summer tire, something you can take to the track, something you can have a spirited drive with, I think these tires are your best. We'll see if I test these out in the rain. I'll definitely let you guys know in the comments what I think, how they handle in the rain. But I'm gonna end it here. I'm not gonna bore you guys, so you guys keep it real, keep your heads up, have a beautiful day, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers, guys.
Oh,